Hello everyone, welcome to Pilates with Yvonne. I am Yvonne and this is my channel. If you are new to my channel, I provide Pilates flow in sequences, sometimes full body, sometimes just targeting a different aspect. Please do subscribe to my channel, just like this video, maybe drop a comment if you like. We're going to get started today's class just by sitting down, and we're going to focus on stretching. So we're going to pay attention to creating more space into those areas of the body that sometimes feel a bit more tensed or a little bit more tight. So we'll try to have extra care and extra love for these body parts. So start to just lengthen through the spine. We're going to start to just imagine the crown of the head being pulled towards the ceiling, maybe closing down the eyes to begin with. We're going to breathe in here through the nostrils. Feel free to rest your hands on top of your knees, or maybe just bring the fingertips around the front of the ribs and the thumbs around the back of the ribs. We're going to breathe in through the nose to feel that air coming into our hands. Breathe out through pursed lips. Rib cage coming down and in. And again, breathing in through the nose. And out through the mouth. And again, breathing in. We just feel that breath three-dimensionally into the rib cage. Breathing out to relax the shoulders. We breathe out through pursed lips. Just last one. Breathe in. And out. We start to release the arms towards the knees. And we release the chin to the chest. Now from here, we're going to just start to breathe in through the nose and open the eyes to look towards the floor, towards the feet. We're going to reach the left arm up and over, and the right hand is coming towards the opposite thigh. So we can just take a little twist. The sternum bone is moving towards the corner of the mat. I will start to find a side stretch, trying to look under the arm or under the armpit. Really using the hand to create resistance against the thigh. And exhaling, we take a twist to look towards the back of the mat, over the left shoulder. We try to grow taller, breathing in, rainbow shape through the arm. Really opening the left side of the body, exhaling, fingertips to the back, we look over the shoulder. We go for 2 more, breathing in. Lengthen, exhaling. Back to a long spine and the twist. Last one, breathing in. And exhale, let's hold the twist at the back. So really bring the left fingertips down. Use the right hand to invite the middle back, to have a little bit more rotation while you're lengthening through the crown of the head upright. Taking in high through the nostrils, exhale, come back through center. We're going to bring the left hand against the right thigh, and we just do the same onto the other side with our right arm pulling to a side stretch. Breathe in. Exhale, open, bring the right fingertips back and twist. Inhale, rainbow shape. Exhaling. Open and explore the space today on this side of the body. 2 more, breathe again. Really try to create that pull from the hand to allow that thoracic spine and shoulders to rotate a little bit further. Last one, breathe again. See if you can go maybe an inch further down. Exhale, let's hold at the back into these long spine, beautiful twists, really pressing that knee away from the hand, really lengthening through the crown of the head, creating more space within each vertebra of the spine to then release and come back through center. We're going to reach the left arm up and over this time, so we move towards the right side of the mat. And from here, we start to breathe out to bring the hand around the right ear, spine lengthening. Fingertips of the right hand on the floor. Gentle tilt of the head. Think about exploring the right side of the neck, how you feel today. Can you drop the shoulders? So the more this right shoulder drops down and the head tilts to the left, the more space you're going to create into the side of the neck. We're going to bring the chin towards the shoulders so we can bring the hand at the back of the skull and try to encourage that head to just drop a little further, but always keeping a long spine and our core engaged rather than rounding suddenly and just closing here, so shortening the body. We want to do the opposite, lengthening through the spine and just moving the chin down to the armpit. We're going to release, come back to the center, reach the right arm all the way to our side. Stretch, second side, inhale. Exhale, hold, maybe looking down. Maybe looking up, explore how you feel through the neck. Exhale, press through the hand, bring your right hand around the left ear. And again, side stretch on the outside of the neck, grounding through the left fingertips, tilting through the head. Imagine you have a pillow under your right ear and you're resting that ear on top of that pillow. We release, we bring the chin to the chest and the hand will move to the back of the skull. And we just breathe. In and out. One more breath in and out. Beautiful. We're going to release the arms from here. We're going to free the legs to come to a hands and knees position. So come back to having hands under the shoulders and the hips on top of the knees. We're going to have few cat and cows to mobilize through the spine. So round the spine, look to the belly, breathing out, really press through the hands and encourage this middle space in between the shoulder blades. So really open and really shine towards the ceiling. So really encouraging that middle back to round a little bit more. Inhale, arch, look forward, let the belly drop and let the head come forward, or you can look towards the ceiling depending on how you feel today with your lower back. Exhale, we round, open the middle point into the thoracic spine. Inhale, we arch. Twice more, breathing out. Breathing in. And give me last one, everyone. Breathing out around the spine. Now inhaling, we'll find a flat back. Start to reach your left hand underneath the shoulder and your right hand to the front edge of the mat. Now, option to rest the forearm down and look down to allow the chest to drop. Or if you need a bit more, your fingertips will come to the mat. The palm of the hand will just lift, like if you have a tennis ball under the palm of the hand. And you're going to try to release the chest a little closer while you look forward towards the front edge of the mat. We breathe, we inhale, and we exhale. Really letting the spine arch. We're going to bring the hands under the shoulders, repress. We do opposite side, so left hand forward and looking down, or left fingertips forward and we look forward as well. Chest may be dropping, inhale, exhale. One more breath in. One more breath out to return the hands under the shoulders and return to a hands and knees position. Now let's pivot the right foot outside the right side of the mat. And let's just come to kneeling here. So we're going to have these left foot lengthening, grounding the outside of the left foot, trying to square through the hips. We're going to reach those arms into a T shape. We're going to just bend this left knee. So start to just move and just open up to the left hip. And now we just lengthen that left leg to take a side stretch, bringing the fingertips down and the arm above the head. So we use the obliques and exhale, we just come back, bend that left knee, reach those arms. Inhale, side stretch, hands on the floor. We breathe out to engage, we breathe in to bend the left knee, create more space into those hips. And then we reach, breathing out into that kind of side plank with our supported knee. Exhale, collect, inhale, bend, one more. Exhaling, hand on the floor. Now we're just gonna stay here, trying to open through the chest, try to press through the right hand, maybe looking down to the floor once more. In through the nose, out through the mouth. We start to come back through center. We're going to bring the hands on the floor so we can re-pivot that right foot in the mat. And from here, we're going to just bring the left knee under the hip. We're going to do a hip opener exercise. So we're going to just tuck the left toes on the floor and outside the mat. So you have a little bit of an internal rotation starting from the left hip. We're going to open that knee, turning out. Knee will re-pivot under the left hip and the toes will come back down. Toes first, inhale. Exhale, turn the knee out, open through the left hip. Breathing in, knee coming back. Breathing out, foot coming back. We go for 5. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. Exhale, starting position for 4. And you can really explore that space into that hip depending on how you feel today. Trying to isolate the movement just from the knee and the thigh bone that moves within the hip socket here. So think about what's happening into that left hip. Take last one. We start to add on. So tuck the toes. Knee open, we try to send the hips back towards the back of the mat, squaring through the shoulders. And we try to go as close as we can to the floor. We come back with our torso, knee pivots back and foot closes. Yeah, so we just add a little bit of a shift of weight. When the knee open, the hips will move back towards the back of the mat, so really opening through the left hip. Return the spine, return the knee and the foot. We go for 3. Exhale, stretch back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, tap. Inhale, open. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, tap. Last one, breathing in. We're going to hold it there at the back. Hips back. Try to really pull from the tailbone. Reach the arms forward and hold. Forehead can stay off the ground or forehead can just rest on the floor. Take an inhale here. And a long breath out, everyone. Really giving those hips a little bit of an extra attention. We're going to bring everything forward. Start to bring your knee in. Return the foot. And from here, if you're at home, you can just pivot that left foot and open towards the right side of the mat. In this case, I'm just going to pivot towards you so you can still see what I'm doing. And we're just going to lengthen the right leg this time to the outside of the mat. So we start to reach those arms. We're going to square for the hips, second side. We're going to bend the right knee, always making sure that the right knee will move in the same line of the toes, more or less, rather than knee in. We really press through the right foot to lengthen the right leg, hand on the floor, lengthen this right arm, up and over. It's a really good stretch. And we're going to come back using the obliques. So we bend, inhale. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back to center. In, breath, and out, breath. In through the nostrils. Out through the mouth. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Think about shoulders in the same line of the hips. Think about reaching that right arm all the way above the head and back to center. Lovely. Take an inhale now to bend the knee. Exhale, lengthen. And as we did before, we're going to just hold this side stretch for an extra few seconds, looking down to the hand or looking under the arm. Taking in high. Whenever you're ready, we're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders and we're going to re-pivot the foot so we can come down to hands and knees. Second side, so we're going to have that right toes to the outside of the mat, internally rotation from the hip. Knee will open to a turn out position. Knee will close under the hip and foot will come back. Inhale, tuck the toes. Exhale, open through that knee. Inhale, knee coming back. Exhale, toes coming back. For 5, breath in. Out. In. Out. And it's pretty nice to take this movement pretty slow to make sure that we're not moving the hips away from the leg, but we keep the shoulders and the hips in the same line. We want to as well think about scooping the belly to the spine. Yeah, so let's avoid arching. You're still scooping and engaging the core, even if, of course, focus will be on the mobility of that right hip. We take last 2 and try to notice how you feel on this side. How does this hip feel? Is it easier? Is it a bit more tight? We're going to add on. So start to open that knee. Exhale, sit back, reach your arms forward, relax your head as close as you can to the floor. Come back to hands and knees, knee and foot retracing. So toes tuck. We open the knee to bring the hips back. Exhale, relax the head and the spine. Inhale, return those shoulders on top of the wrist while the knee closes and the foot comes down. And we go for 3. Inhale. Exhale, stretch, 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 stretch. Breathe again, knee returning. Really try to spread through the fingertips. Really think about those shoulders away from the ears. Back of the neck is lengthening in the same line of the spine. We take this last one and we hold it at the back. So tuck the toes, open the knee, bring the hips back and hold it there, everyone. Hold it there. Reach your arms forward, forehead down, relax into the hips, into the lower back, and into the spine. Big breath. Lovely. We're going to come back to hands and knees, returning the knee and the foot as we just did. Lovely job, everyone. Let's close the knees together. Find an angry cat to look towards your belly and start to move back into a child pose. Sitting bones pulling towards the ankles and the arms reaching towards the front edge of the mat. Take a nice stretch for your spine. Relax through the shoulders. Taking in high through the nose. Exhale through your mouth. And give me one more. Beautiful. Let's return those hands underneath the shoulders to unroll. And let's step the right foot outside the right hand from here. So we can start to find the lunge position. Now, I think it's pretty nice to always double check that the knee is in the same line of the ankle rather than having this foot too close and the right knee forwards. So let's just try to have that check with our alignment. Let's bring those hands on top of the thigh, which means that if you need to come a little closer, so having like a 90 degrees angle position, that's absolutely fine. Well, if you feel that you need to open a little bit more through the hip flexor, we're gonna try to sink those hips a little bit farther down, always squeezing through the glutes. We're going to take an inhale to just look up towards the ceiling. Exhaling, we release and we look forward. And again, press the hands, look up, arch slightly through the spine so we find a spinal extension. Exhale forward. One more, breathing in. Breathing out. We're going to return the left hand on the floor. And from here we start to twist. So you can use the right hand against the thigh as we did from seated to then reach this right arm to the ceiling. You can hold it here, guys. Try to look to the fingertips. Try to spiral through the spine. Or if you want a bit more of an extra stretch, you're going to pick your back foot and you're going to grab your back foot with your hand. Only if it feels that is available to your body. Try to rotate this right shoulder towards the ceiling while you ground your left arm and you shine the chest towards me, towards the screen, looking up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, let's reverse it. Circle the arm and return that foot back. So from here, we're going to just take that right knee back to our hands and knees position. And we're going to keep the hips in the same line of the hips. Your left arm is coming underneath the right one, so the left shoulder can come down to the floor, and your right arm is going to extend to the front edge of the mat. Try to really rotate through the spine. It's a pretty good stretch, this one, into the upper body. You can as well hold it here if this feels enough. Or you can as well reach your right arm to the ceiling and maybe wrap around the left hip with your right hand. Like imagine you want to just bring the hand around the left thigh. You can breathe looking up or looking forward. Try to really feel that spiral. Listen to your body. Take what you need. Taking it high. Beautiful. Exhale, we come back. Hands on the floor, and we are ready for our second side. So left foot outside the left hand. We're going to make sure the toes and the knee are aligned so the hands can come to the thigh. If you have sensitive knees, it's always a good idea to double fold the mat or just place a pillow under the knee. We're going to try to press the thigh away from our sternum bone so there is a little bit of an arch. Breathing in. Exhale, return to look forward. Feeling that stretch into that hip flexor. And again, breathe in, we look up. Exhaling all the way down. Lovely. Let's bring the right hand down to the floor and start to lift that left arm up towards the ceiling, really looking up to the sky. I'm going to turn around so you can see myself. Take an inhale, choose if you want to stay here. Or exhale, pick that left foot up and just really shine the chest to the sky. Really looking up, really spiraling through the middle back. Let's inhale. Exhale, see if you can maybe pull that back foot a little closer to the glute and let the hips sink down a little closer to the mat. You're going to feel a lovely stretch into the right quad. Inhale, one more. Exhaling, return the foot down slowly, the hand down slowly. And from here, start to bring your knees underneath your hips once more. We're going to take that right arm underneath the left arm, and we're going to choose if we want to just extend those arms away, one forward, one to the side, maintaining those hips on top of the knees. Or if you need more, you're going to spiral that left arm and wrap around the right hip or the right thigh to really look up and try to create that spiral into the left shoulder. So try to not let the left shoulder round forward. Try to think about shoulder, elbow, and everything pulling up. So you're opening the chest towards the side of the mat rather than keeping the chest towards the floor. Take a breather, focus on how you feel on this side. Invite more space, invite more breath. And then from here, let's return again, those arms underneath your shoulders so you can just push back into hands and knees. Beautiful. We're going to cross the legs or come to seated in your own way and start to bring your legs forward towards the front of the mat. We're going to take a stretch for the back, flexing through the feet and bending through the knees. We're going to round the spine so the hands can come to the soles of the feet. And I'm going to ask you to press the toes into the hands, but instead of relaxing the back to the thighs, we're going to try to round the spine away from the thighs. So your tailbone might likely tuck under, and the belly is going to scoop to the spine because you're resisting the pressure of the toes that are pulling in the hands, with the middle back really pulling back towards the back edge of the mat. We can look down in between the knees. We keep breathing here. Really opening that middle point in between the shoulder blades. While you release your neck and shoulders, you're activating the back of the legs. Let's unroll. Let's bring the feet down. Let's release and come to a lovely long spine from here. Start to cross your legs and bring your hands at the back of your hips. Any rotation through the fingertips, you can rotate the fingertips slightly out or pointing the fingertips to the pelvis. We're going to roll the shoulders back. Let's create some space in between the hands and the hips, because in a second I'm going to ask you to press the chest up and maybe hold it here. Maybe this is more than enough, like pushing the chest forward is more than enough to feel that extension through the spine. Or if you need a little bit more, you're going to ground the shins and the knees to lift those hips and try to look up to the sky as well. We're taking an inhale, exhale, those hips will melt down, everyone. We're going to press through the hands to reach the arms forward towards the front of the mat and relax the head down. Hold. Take an inhale, really round the spine, sitting bones on the floor. Any movement through the spine, if you need to move to the right, to the left, slightly, please do. We're going to unroll the spine. We're going to do that once more. Hands behind the hips, roll the shoulders back and down. Choose if you want to just push the chest and the belly forward, or if you want to add those hips lifting and the head looking up. Exhale, make your way down through the sitting bones and from the tailbone into the lower back, middle back, top of the spine, into the shoulders and into the arms. We are reaching consequentially everything forward to the front of the mat. Let's unroll the spine. Let's swap the leg you have in front or the shin bone you have in front, and we just take these twice more. Inhale, hands back. Your own option, and maybe this side feels slightly different than the other. Maybe you need something slightly different than before. Exhale, come down. We release forward. Head heavy, elbows soft, shoulders away from the ears. We unroll the spine, hands back last time. Inhale, shine the full front of the body up. Strong back of the body because it's supporting you. Exhale, hips sinking, spine following, arms leading forward. Stretch through the spine. Release the head. One more breath. Beautiful. Let's unroll the spine, everyone. Come to your seated position exactly the way we started. Start to take an inhale to look up towards the ceiling. Roll the shoulders up. Exhale, drop the shoulders back and down. Return the chin back to a parallel line with the floor. One more, just the shoulders this time. Breath in, shoulders up. Exhale, drop. Let it go. One more, breathe in. Exhale, release. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for sharing with me this practice. I hope you feel a little bit more open. I hope you feel a bit taller and longer than before. So please do enjoy the rest of your day or the rest of your evening. And I'm going to see you here next week for another video together. Thank you.